So in a year he is supposed to do 100 days of work, so that amounts to 20,000 rupees. So this all people who are registering in the Manrega scheme, the fund value is generated on that basis. Let's suppose 50.
Preetham,
So
your audio has to, again, you can restart it, no problem. So audio, just kindly, again, speak a little bit louder. Okay? We're not, yeah.
okay, sir.
Again, you
Uh,
can restart again, no problem.
okay. So as I was saying that Manrega talks about 100 days of employment in a financial year. The nature of works will be unskilled. The area of execution will be rural, and the funding pattern is quite interesting. As I was discussing, that let's suppose that a labor is doing work for 1 cubic meter of excavation and it gets.
Venkat,
Yes, sir. I think he's having a bandwidth problem. So yesterday we tested it.
let him switch off his video. Let him switch off
Yeah,
his video, focus on his
yeah,
audio.
yeah. That's what. Pratham, I'll give a call on mobile, sir. Pratham, what you can do is, I think bandwidth is a problem. So you can switch off your video, you can speak. Okay, you can switch off video, no issue. Huh? Right. Yeah, please start. Pratham, we are not able to hear you. Pratham, if you have a problem, you log out and log in again. Okay, right. Sir, speaker and some issue is there, just is setting it right, sir. Again, I think computer is restarting. Just hold for a few minutes. Sir.
In fact, there are a lot of senior officers on the forum. I can see.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Arun Saxena sir, Chopra sir, Shobhan Chaudhary, AGM, WCR.
I think now you can.
Pratham,
Sir,
is it your voice?
yeah, it's my voice, sir.
Now it's very clear.
Yeah.
You can go ahead now from the first slide. Okay.
Now let him.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, sir. So I'll brief up about Manrega, or should I move ahead, sir? Manrega.
No. You start from the beginning. Doesn't matter. You can start from the beginning. Okay. Right. People are waiting. Many senior people also. Yeah.
Okay. So I was saying that the entire content is available on the Google Drive. The details of which are reflected on the screen. Moving on, I'll talk a brief about what Manrega is. So Manrega talks about giving employment for 100 days in a financial year for unskilled works only. The executing location should be rural area only. And the third is the funding pattern. The funding pattern is quite interesting. Uh, Let me brief it up with an example. We are talking about giving employment to one person who will be given 205 rupees for doing 1 cubic meter of earth excavation. So for a year, we are talking about rupees 20,000, 20,500 to be precise. So the people who are registering via the job cards, that fund value in the state gets generated, and that is then put up to the central government for allocation. So typically it's a bottom down approach. Now I'll talk about the policy. Believe me, there is a lot of documentation which proves that for the 5 years, in fact, work was getting discussed at the board level. And these are the documents. Uh, so can you see this? Is it visible?
No, not yet.
Is
I
it
think
visible, sir?
no, it has not. I mean, it's blank
Not
screen. It's
visible,
coming.
sir.
Probably it may be
Sir?
popping up. Not yet. It's not yet open.
No, no, it is this PDF document is visible, sir.
No, PDF document is not visible. Just again refresh.
It will take time to download. Now it is coming.
Yeah, it will
Is
take.
it fine?
Not yet. It must be downloading. It may take time. Or you can share that if your document is available on your laptop. You can share that also.
Sir, Dean sir, you can mail the document to your ID and you can share it, sir.
So is
Okay, I
this
think
fine
now
now?
document has got open. Yeah, document got
Okay.
opened.
Sir, so as I was saying that between 2013 to 2018, 5 years, a lot of exchange of documents were taking place between the Ministry of Panchayati Raj and Rural Development, the Krishi Bhavan basically, and the Rail Bhavan. And at the Rail Bhavan, we had the CRB and the ME who were taking up the conversation. These are all the 10 documents with the interministerial exchanges between the departments. So these 10 letters are available in this. The most important letter is this one, which you can see. I'll just zoom it up. This is a letter written by the Ministry of Rural Development on the 6th 4 2018. The letter has been written by the Joint Secretary to the Principal Secretaries, the Secretaries, and the Commissioners of all states and UTs of rural development. This was the most iconic letter as this has set in place the convergence scheme of Manrega with railways at the all India level. The essence of this letter is, I'll just share it up. Three important aspects have been clarified via this letter. The number one is the type of works. I would just narrate the works. Construction and maintenance of approach road for level crossings, construction and maintenance of approach road to railway stations, developing and cleaning silted waterways, trenches, and drains along the track, repairs and widening of existing railway embankments, cuttings with cleaning of vegetation growth, plantation of trees at extreme boundary of railway land at such locations where sufficient land is available, and last, protection work of existing railway embankments, cuttings, and bridges. I, I think you will all appreciate that these are all typically unskilled works. And they happen on a very large scale. As an ADN, I have seen I am spending close to 3 crore rupees doing these works in my jurisdiction. So we are talking about offloading such works to Manrega. So as I said, number one is the type of works were identified by this letter. Number two, the C point, as you can see, labor and material component of works will be met from Manrega. So this clarifies who will pay for the scheme. Labor and material both. Number three is this. GP is the PIA, as you can see. Gram Panchayat is the principal implementing agency. So railway is not, Gram Panchayat is. That is the important point to note here. So these three items have sealed the entire scheme in place at the ministry level. Moving further, now as I will draw an analogy from the railway working, like we have some guidelines which come from the railway board, but for them to be adopted at the zonal level, circulars have to come from the zone. So similarly, in that regard, with this letter, the seriousness was not there because this was something a very high level letter. So what the next step was, the principal secretaries had to take interest and issue a letter. So this is the second letter. I'll just one more thing here is this letter number, if you can see, number J11017 dated 6/4/2018. So I'll move on to this letter. This is the letterhead is important to know. Government of Andhra Pradesh. This letter is an exact copy paste of this letter. Exact copy paste. Just the references are important to note. References this letter J11017 dated 6/4/2018, and my letter a letter from my C works, had solidified this scheme at the state level. You can see the sign is of the Principal Secretary to Government, PR and RD, Panchayati Raj and Rural Development. So as you can see, this letter gave me leverage or gave me the authority to chase up the people at the ground level, at the state level. So this is just a expansion of the works which were identified via that letter, 6 works. The second is the labor and the material cost will be met from Manrega. Third is the Gram Panchayat will be the principal implementer. Now I will brief it up on the structure of Manrega. How do you approach Manrega? What is the state structure? So we have the State Council, which comprises of the ministers. We have the Principal Secretary who is an IAS, a Commissioner is an IAS, the District Program Coordinator or the District Collector is usually an IAS, Director NREGS will be an IAS, and Additional District Program Coordinator, CEO Zilla Parishad may or may not be an IAS, right? So this clarifies till up here. We have the MPDO. During my working in South Central Railway, I had one experience which I would like to share right now. District collector is the wrong person to approach in Manrega. Though he controls the funding, but see, district, if you approach the district collector, he has no, he doesn't get anything by giving you money, no glory, nothing. So it is best to avoid him. Let the lower people in the structure speak for you. That is how I had approached Manrega. In fact, I have had conversations with ADNs, a lot of ADNs, and they have told me that district collector usually has a habit of just making them wait for long hours, and they are like, I won't say humiliated, but they are disregarded. So that is how I have seen Manrega, that district collector will never support. But the right person to approach is this highlighted person, MPDO, Mandal Parishad Development Officer. In some states, he would be a BDO or Block Development Officer. So the terminology will change, but the hierarchy in broad sense will be same. So he is like a junior skill officer from the state services. Now the structure of railway is something like headquarters and division. Similarly, we have the headquarter here. Here is the headquarter, and here is the division. Under MPDO, we have a sort of a division analogy, and under the PD Dwama, this additional DPC, we have the headquarter. So in under MPDO, I will discuss the divisional unit. We have an EGS engineer, Employment Guarantee Scheme engineer. He is a useful person because he is the one who generates all the estimates for Manrega. So if anybody is looking to get work done in Manrega, you please approach first him, then him. That's it. These two, nobody else. They will speak for you. They will move across the structure for you. Next is we have the technical assistants and the field assistants. They are something like IOWs or PWIs or basically supervisory grade. We have the program manager and the program officer. They sit in headquarters and some supervisors of the headquarters. So I hope the structure of Manrega is clear. I open it up for discussion. Anybody who has any problem, I want to make it a dialogue so that at least people can really.
Okay, fine. It's fine. So can you show the last slide and then again explain what the type of works can be done? Because quickly we moved it. Kindly read out
Sir,
all the type of works, please.
These are the 6 works, sir. 6 works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, sir, basically the essence of this presentation is to identify the works which signal department can offload to Manrega. I believe that one of the works which I have seen during my tenure there was basically cable laying used to happen along right beside the track and on a long stretches. So I have seen JCB excavating the earth, the cable being unrolled, and subsequently the JCB filling up the entire earth. This is one of the works which I could see potential for signal. There might be more. So I'm open to any discussion right now, sir, with regard to the work type.
Okay, so right. So participants.
Pratham,
Sir.
this is Senior DST Trivandrum. Just one thing. Suppose if I want to include an additional worker, all these 6 works, it is It's already mentioned in the railway board letter as well as the letter which was issued by the government of India. So if I
Right, sir.
wanted to include one new work, what is the procedure?
The procedure, sir, I will elaborate it upon during my course of action, during my course of presentation, because this is what I have done also. So you will come to
Okay,
know.
okay. Okay, thanks.
Right, sir. Sure, sir. Anything
Uh,
else, sir?
so some echo problem is there from Pratham. From you switched on two systems, mobile as well as this one. Kindly
No,
check
sir.
up. Yeah.
No, I
Okay.
am
Right.
only using this.
Fine. Okay. Fine.
So I will proceed,
So,
sir.
yeah.
Now the
Please. Please.
structure is clear, I believe. Next, I move on to the trust building. So now I will. I'm trying to brief it up on my tenure there because see, we are asking money from them. They should have faith in us, and that is how we have to move about. In the entire structure, as you can see in this presentation slide, I started moving across the entire hierarchy of the entire structure. And I set up meetings with everybody. I have been part of Gram Sabha, Gram Panchayat, Zilla Parishad, block development meetings, meetings with Tehsildar, meetings with TLRs, meetings with supervisors at every level, just to make them aware that railway as an administration is existing and are receptive to the needs of the people. So this is all what I'm talking about is the trust building exercise which have happened over the course of 1.5 years. Next, moving on, sir. What happened once the circular? I have got the circular from the government of Andhra Pradesh elaborating upon the six works. I came to know that this is something first of a kind. Nobody had really done Manrega, and I was apprehensive about the applicability of the six works. So during my course of interaction with all the supervisors and the MPDOs, I made friends with them, and they, for a pilot project, they gave me 170 labor for 3 weeks to test the applicability of the six works. So these are the 170 labor which I have lined up along the track. I have counseled them regarding safe working beside the track and then deputed them for subsequent works. So this is a scrutiny of musters. This is the before work photograph. So one of the works I could sense was desilting of RUPs, road under bridges. As you can see, the entire silting up has taken place, and due to the rain cuts, the mud has slidden down into the road. So now I started deputing them on the track. They started removing the earth, and similarly, cess work. As you can see, these are all the excavated pits, and the mud is being deposited. So it's a pilot project just to test the efficacy of the works. As you can see, all the people are lined up. This is the work which is going on, and a small videos I have posted. There is this visible? Is this visible, sir?
Yeah. It's visible now. Yes.
Sir, so what I had done was during the pilot project, I had made videos of the work which was going on. So I'm just sharing a few.
Yeah. Please go ahead.
As you can see, the workers are lined along the track and they are working.
But is it with
cutting
video or
jungle.
without? I mean, voice or without voice? This one.
This is a without voice video, so it's a drone
Okay.
capture. I've not taken any.
Yeah. Okay. Fine.
So you can see along the track, everybody is working parallelly. Jungle clearance work is going on. Cess repair work is going on. Trench cutting work is going on. Similarly, the next video I can share. This is visible, sir?
Yes.
So as you can see, this is desilting of an RUP. So what I had done once I had conducted the pilot project, I had documented all the challenges and the learnings which I had encountered during that pilot project. So these are the challenges and the learnings which I had during my pilot project. I'll just narrate this. This is a voluntary and untrained workforce whose work ethics and discipline are very different from the
Screen is blank. I mean, Pratham. So you're sharing your PPT, no?
yeah, yeah.
It is blank. Just will.
So this is okay.
Yeah, now it has come. Yeah.
So as I had shown the videos, now I'm proceeding to the challenges and the learnings which I had during the tenure there. So I'll narrate it, this is a voluntary and untrained workforce whose work ethics and discipline are very different from the railway workforce. They need not be counseled only a grade 8, but trained a grade 8, which will involve practical demonstrations before they can put to work for safety. Number one. Number two, they are generally illiterate and in tremendously large numbers, and hence a lot of supervision is required to manage them during this work. Now, an interesting development happened, and I have a small story to regard to this thing. What had happened? They are working in huge numbers, and generally, so you will find that the embankment is at an elevation than the normal ground, so that it is not easily trespassable. Now, what happens is I was posted close to the coast. Mongol is close to coast only. So people had a tendency to climb on the track because they were in the path of a cross breeze, sea breeze. So it was a beautiful panoramic view. You could get off the area. People used to sit on the track and have a smoke. And so it was kind of a gathering spot which was becoming. So what happened was we were very afraid that if any accident happens on our account, any labor, anything happens to the labor, then all our careers will be in jeopardy. So what we did was we started interacting with the labor people, and in the meantime, my ATRM sir also discussed with me, and he said, "Why don't you put in a quotation and hire retired home guards and security guards to monitor the work?" But I had a reason to resist it because I felt that if any money had to come in from railways, the scheme will not last. But something which should happen independently without interference of railways was the goal. So during interaction with labor, we came across retired railwaymen in the workforce itself, and they were retired railway mates, retired railway personnel. So what happened was we started deputing them as mates in the entire structure. And once you have a railway, even a retired railway person monitoring the works, you can be rest assured that safety will be maintained. So we had this was a solution which presented itself during our course of interaction. The third point was they are not aware of safety rules and were resting and enjoying the view. So what happened once I had got the challenges and the learnings documented, I had the photographic and the videographic proof. I started interacting with all the MPDUs. This was one MPDU. I had 10 MPDUs in my section, so I started expanding the work, meeting them and taking them on trolley visits of the sectional views. They can be made aware of how railway works. So these are a few photographs of the people I have taken along for making them aware of the section. During my course of trolley inspection and interaction with such people, I had happened upon some internal documents, and they are tremendously good. They are basically policy documents. So I will just open this up. Before this, I'll just narrate that like we have in our railways USSOR. Something on those lines, we have this annexure permissible works list. As the name suggests, these are list of works which could be taken up under Manrega. This is a master kind of a scheme. I think it's visible, permissible works list. So in this, we have the 260 list of works. So senior DST sir, TVC was asking about the list of works, and the question had just come. So this is exactly the answer to this question, that these are the list of works which you can choose from. We can choose whatever is relevant to your section, your jurisdiction. So this is an important document which I happened upon, and the second document which was there, this is the second document. This is the plantation policy under Manrega. Uh, it's an extremely mature policy what we have in Manrega. It talks about three items. Number one is the 80% survival rate. It says that for every 100 plants, only 20 or less will die, not more than 21, because if one more than 20 dies, they have to pay a token amount to railways, to the converging department. So this sets a lot of onus on the Manrega department to maintain such plants. Number two, they have to put in a person to maintain it for 3 years. The person will water it and will, protect it against cattle grazing and all. So with this two important policy, we have policy directives. We have the policy type. Like what are the type of plants we can choose from? So you can see like avenue plantation. I just discussed this. So the 3-year duration is mandatory, which is here.
Pratham, your voice
Sir.
is modulating actually, going up and down. Just hold the mic and speak slowly. Okay. So yeah.
Is
Thank
it
you.
okay, sir?
Yeah. While speaking, no, hold the mic with you, and then because now while your mic will be moving and then your head will be moving, so there will be a variation in the volume, right? Okay.
Avenue plantation, as we were discussing, is one of the plantation types we can choose from. We have the duration of just 3 years, and this is the beautiful part about this policy, which I would like to say now. This is part of the estimate. Watch and what payment. Watch and what talks about deploying a man to take care of the 400 plants. The wage component has been, as you can see, 20,500, 61,500. This is all part of the estimate. Similarly, watering charges we have. Similarly, fertilizer cost. So the total amount for 1 kilometer 400 plants maintenance for 3 years is 2,27,000. So what you have to do is just pick and choose these items. You like this item, you can choose it. You can ask your estimator to put it in the estimate, and it will, once it gets sanctioned, the entire dynamics is here written, how it will be maintained, everything is here. So similarly, homestead plantation, we have the institutional plantation, we have the block plantation, what are the type of plants we want, what is the eligibility criteria, everything has been documented here. And one of the interesting items I would like to do, village park. So as you can see, total estimation cost for 1 acre is 8,42,000. The cost of 4 precast concrete benches amounting to 4,40,000 will be charged in this estimate. So the policy has been very crystal clear narrated in this document. So what happened was, once I got hold of these documents and I read through them, then we talked about formulating a new policy, superseding those 6 works which were initially mentioned. As you can see, this is a photo of the village park which we were discussing right now. This is in one of the mandals. I could see the village park. See? So what happened was, once I had got hold of the list of works, this one permissible works list, I started working upon a new policy with the Manrega officials. I had called them for a trolley inspection also, and these are the Manrega officials who have come with on a trolley inspection. And once the trolley was over, we sat in my chamber and we had discussed upon improving upon the previous policy for the state of Andhra Pradesh. And this is the new policy we launched. So as you can see, I'll just brief it up. This is the initial policy at the board and the ministry level at 6/4/2018. So this is visible, I believe, right? So as I said, this is the first of the.
Pratham is visible. Yeah.
Okay.
You have to have it out.
So,
if any problem is there, I will let you know from my side. Okay, I'm watching. Okay.
Sir, so we have the letter number J11017 dated 6/4/2018. Number 1. This is at the ministry level. Then we have the Government of Andhra Pradesh letter memo number 28028 dated 10/9/2018. And then we have the fresh policy reference to those two policies. So we have the letter number J11017 dated 6/4. We have the government memo, and then there is a letter from my office. And what we did was, these 6 works, as you can see, A, B, C, D, E, F, mentioned in the previous thing, we renamed it to the railway jargon, and we expanded the scope. So these are the 9 works. I will narrate these 9 works: desilting of waterways of bridges, RUPs, pipe culverts, box culverts, strengthening or widening of railway embankments, trench cutting along railway boundary, recharge structures to functioning borewells and dried up borewells, desilting of open wells, block plantation, village parks and railway colonies. As I had discussed this item, I had drifted that item from that circular and put it in the new policy. Similarly, we have a linear plantation item. We have the connecting roads to bitumen level up to 9010. So as you can see, the 6 works were renamed, the scope was expanded, and we have the 9 works. Now the South Central model is on this policy. Now, an interesting bit of story, sir, which I will like to narrate, and particularly with regard to the connecting roads to level crossings up to BT level. BT level is bitumen level, 9010. This was a bit of a political hot potato in Andhra Pradesh. What happened was that what I realized, railways was viewed as an urban organization by the Manrega department. And in the bitumen level item, we have a lot of cost which is of the bitumen itself. So a material cost is quite intensive in this kind of work. So they were asking for financing from railways now. They were asking that why don't you spend, since you're an urban organization, why don't you put in some money and we will converge better. You can put in something, we put in something. So the negotiations went on and it went up to 60-40. 60 for labor, which Manrega will give, 40 rupees, which we had to give. But we had to stop them because that is their way of getting into our finances. So what we did was the negotiations went on and we brought it to 90-10. 90 means for every 100 rupees of food to be made, 90 rupees will be spent by Manrega and the 10 rupees will be given by railways. But sir, we had to stop them because this was not acceptable because we are also central government organization. So they had to do it for free. So with this 10 rupees dilemma, what we did was we started giving them crushed rubber pads, class 3. These are put under the railway track. I believe every civil engineer would be aware that we have a GRSP, composite grooved rubber pad 6 mm thick, put under the track between the sleeper and the rail. That gets crushed over time because of repeated dynamic loading. So what I started doing was accumulating those crushed rubber pads from my section, shredding them to fine powder, and replacing them as part of the bitumen at no extra cost to railways. And it is also a methodology to improve upon the uh, green environment. Like this is a rubber thing, so it will not deteriorate. So it's a poison to the environment. So with this mindset, we started moving ahead. But we were halted because the Manrega department started asking us, where is the document, where is the codal provision for it? Who says it is to be 10 or 15? So we halted this process, but we were on way to get this kind of work done in via Manrega. So these are the 9 works which we had discussed. Moving on, uh, the 9 works which we have discussed. Now we started developing the softwares for it. In the state of Andhra Pradesh, the estimate preparation is an online process done via an application of a mobile. So the application of the mobile can be downloaded from. So this is yeah. So the application can be downloaded from this link. So once we have the application, you can go to site and you can start generating estimates. Now moving on, so these are the 9 works which we have already discussed. Now what happened was once the entire system of estimate was in place, the next item was to get these listed on the website, which we have already done. So I'll just show the website. is visible, the Google screen. So we go in the Google. Let me see. The first link itself is the website. This is an all India website. This has been recently revamped last year only. And if you go in this, we go to the reports for MIS. So I'm going in financial year 2019-20. We can have the state, we can have all the states now. So once we go in, we have a new R6 work progress. And if we go down, we have serial number 23. Everybody can see railway related works. This is a new link we have created in the entire India. So whatever works are happening in the railway jurisdiction are being monitored through this link. I've already opened the link because it takes slightly time. So this screen will open up. I would request all to please focus on this screen because this is the entire Taj Mahal of the entire presentation. This is exactly where we have to talk to them. The scheme is in place at the all India level, and you can see all the railway related works which are being executed in all the 30 states. All the 30 states. And we have an expenditure which is claimed of total expenditure in lakhs. We have 319 crores, rather 320 to be more precise. So 320 crores have been spent on railway related works. So now with this, we have to ask them and chase them up. So let's suppose we take in Andhra. Andhra. It will take a slight time to open up, but anybody has any questions, please you can ask at this moment.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Sir, regarding this village parks building in railway colony,
So,
village parks in railway colony, does railway colony, the site is the railway colony, does it come under MG and REGA?
it has to fulfill the factor of being in a railway rural area, then it will certainly satisfy. That's the only criteria.
Okay. Secondly, sir, in one of the PDFs you had shown the rates while taking the estimate where labor rates for unskilled labor were rupees 205 per day only. But the unskilled wage rates are much higher.
Yes, and that is why, sir, the Minimum Wages Act does not apply to the NREGA Act. That is a dispute which is long standing with the government of India, but till date they have a different way of giving wages, which is not consistent with the Minimum Wages Act.
Okay. Another question regarding the implementation part, sir. Sir, how much is the delay in the payments? I mean, from the day of issuance of job cards till the time the payments are disbursed.
Sir, it is a very variable thing, sir. I cannot really pinpoint. It depends upon the priority of the Manrega department to your project, how they see it and how they view it, and secondly, the political pressure which is involved. We have a lot of MPs, MLAs who are also vying for such kind of funds, so that element also creeps in. So it's a very subjective kind of a thing. But to my knowledge, in my Andhra, if I can speak very in my jurisdiction, I found that the delay used to happen within a month. That's the maximum I could see. Within a month, everything used to get paid, and that is because of regular chasing up at the commissioner level. We used to call them up regularly, have meetings with them to ensure that the work goes on uninterrupted.
All right. Thanks, sir.
Sir, it is taking up a lot of time, but the essence of this website is clearly seen that at the all India level, we have the entire works, those all 6 works which are there. Manrega department is claiming that in the 30 states we have spent 320 crores. So as you can see, they are openly aware of it and they are posting this kind of information. So we can chase them up any kind of unskilled work which is falling within the ambit of those six, or even in the new policy which you can frame for your own jurisdiction. Then we can have much more works being listed. And in this, what I was trying to show that these states, as you can see, these are highlighted in blue. So these are clickable things. So once you go in, once the state, we go in the districts. In the districts, we go to the mandals. Under the mandals, we go up to the panchayats. So this is the level of monitoring we could achieve via this website. The panchayat level monitoring is there because the panchayat is the implementing agency. So this is the lowest level in this website we could go. It has opened. So we have the Andhra Pradesh we had opened. We have the districts now which have opened up. I'll take you to my district, Prakasam, where I was working. As I said, it takes a lot of time, so I'll move on. Acha, it has opened up. So we have the blocks, the mandals, and in the mandal, if we go, let's say. So you can see we have reached up to the panchayat. This is the level of monitoring we can do in this site. So the Chaglu, in one of the panchayats, they have claimed an expenditure of 3.65 lakhs for one of the completed works in railway jurisdiction. So the process is just reversed now. What we were thinking is that we have to chase up the people, ask them for sanction, and they are not aware of railways. That's not the case. In fact, the case is just reversed. They are aware. They are just need to be pulled to site, the Manrega people, and given them prepared estimates and put up for sanction. Once the sanction comes, the work will start getting executed. So moving on to the presentation. So once the entire system was integrated in Manrega, so we have the Andhra Pradesh website, which I couldn't show because it is not opening. We have the All India website, which I just showed. And we have the TMS, which I'll show later on. So in this, we have the Bhumi Puja and the inauguration. So once the entire scheme was set in place, entire work, we had broken down every activity also in that meeting which was conducted in my chamber. And now this is the Bhumi Puja and the inauguration ceremony. We had done a large scale publicity for this, and this is an advice to everybody who's trying to converge with Manrega. See, the mindset of the state government is to publish their works on a large scale. That is how they do the work. At least in Andhra Pradesh, I can say that they had a tendency to make everything big. And the objective was in Manrega is to get more labor deputed in such works. So if we have publicity in such works, then the labor pockets in the nearby areas get activated. Once the labor pockets get activated, they will start approaching your locations and they will start joining your places. So this is how the positive, the publicity is a positive thing for Manrega scheme. And generally in railways, I have not seen that. We have seen people not really publicizing anything, but in Manrega, you do something, you publicize it, and more labor will join. So we have the additional commissioner who came into this Bhumi Puja. We have the project director also joining us. So we had done it on a large scale. This is us. This is the additional commissioner Manrega, was just having a chat with all the nearby laborers, assuring them that the wage payments will be made on time. And this is the completed one of the photos of my jurisdiction. I'll discuss this, how we have come about Manrega convergence. From this railway track to this railway boundary post, we have the railway land. So the first thing we did was cut the jungle. The jungle has been deposited outside the railway boundary, as you can see, this heap of jungle cut along the railway boundary. Number two, once the jungle was cut, we have provided one sloping, this area we have sloped slightly so that the water gets deposited here. Now, the third item we did was trench cutting. So we called in the signal department. We asked them to make chalk mark the entire areas where cables were not there. I had done one exercise that that these laborers are using crowbars So when we hit the OFC cables by crowbars, I didn't see them breaking up, but though it is not advisable, but I didn't see any damage. But still, we took that precaution that we had to signal people call in and mark them with a chalk, these trenches. So once these trenches were marked, we started excavating them, and the excavated earth was deposited on the bank. You can see people are deputed in desilting also parallelly. So once the desilted earth from these bridges, this is a bridge 541. So the bridge was desilted and the entire mud was put here. So this is how we have brought in synergy. Now, see the beauty of the scheme that this excavated, rather the cut jungle was kept here. These laborers, generally in their homes, they are using chula and they are using dried wood to burn. So they take away the entire this jungle. Once the rain comes, this becomes a catchment area. So the entire rain will flow inside and uh, get harvested. The plantation was planted on this patch. Yes. So we have the plantation policy in place. The entire plantation will be done around the track like this. So as you can see, synergy has happened at this level where we could utilize all the elements of work. Similarly, this is one of the finished locations of my section. Another one. Yes. And what I did was to provide more lateral stability to the bank. I asked them to deposit the mud to create a sub bank basically. Half the height, you make a sub bank. So we have a very structured, bank, which is from one side you can see very clearly visible that everything we have done is to achieve track stability via the excavated earth from the trenches along. You can see this is the signal cable post. So what we did was once the trenches were being cut, I asked them to deposit the excavated on the excavated place so that the cables are not exposed. This is an important photo because on the 25th June 2019, we had 5,922 labor working in our section. 5,922 along the track everywhere. I used to receive over 400 geotag photos. We call it a geotag photo. We have a latitude, we have a longitude, we have a date and a time. So there is no falsification of data anywhere. So this is the level of integration we could achieve in Manrega. Now moving on, I will discuss the potential of Manrega. What I had discussed previously is what in South Central Railway we have been able to achieve under convergence. But these are the potential aspects which I could see, and I've worked on some of them. In construction projects, I was able to utilize the Manrega scheme. I had discussed Manrega as Manrega, basically the labor part of it. Small material, but major labor. Now, what happens is in the circulating areas of stations, and like we have construction of approach road, CC road. Now, in a cement concrete road, we have a lot of items. It's a material intensive work. We have more cost of the items than the labor component. So what I did was I started cross financing the material component with the other schemes. Like we have Manrega, we have Rural also. Pradhan Mantri Gram Awas Yojana we have. Such schemes are available at every level. So what I did was I started booking the material component cost to such works. And what I have done is redeveloped the entire circulating area of some stations in my jurisdiction. So you can see this is a Singrai Konda station in my jurisdiction. The municipal and the railway jurisdiction ends here at this length. So what I did was I started developing the approach road, this approach road, which is outside the railway jurisdiction, but no matter, it improves upon the station approachability. So this is the station approach road. We have built in central median also. We have street lights also. So in what I did was I have done 8 crores worth of work in redevelopment of station circulating areas. 4 crores booked in Manrega, 4 crores booked in Rural. See, National Rural Urban Mission Phase 3 works. We have the Singrai Konda, just the road which I showed. This is an estimated cost is amounting to 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 9, 39 lakhs. Funds available. I had broken down under Rural and Manrega. So 50-50. So the entire cost has costed Manrega only 39.5 lakh, 39 lakhs divided by 2. Similarly, in the sanitation head, I had got approval for construction of public washroom at Singrai Konda Railway Gram Panchayat. 90-10 Gram Panchayat fund. So it's something like of a cross subsidizing. Material cost is being booked in another scheme. The labor cost is being taken up by the Manrega scheme. Similarly, we have the village street lights. This one. So it's a 5 lakh work. I could break it down to 4.5 lakh. So this was one of the works which I could take up under Manrega. Number 2 is the LC closure. Now I'll just open the photo. Now the level crossing. Let us suppose that we have a level crossing here and here. What does usually happen? The closure of level crossing is usually determined by the local people. They are the one who resist because they have to go the extra distance. If one level crossing gets closed, they have to go the other way around the track. So it's an additional burden to them. So they are the people who will stop, who will resist this kind of thing. So what happened was, once I had built in this kind of synergy in my section, where the local and the nearby farmers were also happy. What happened was, these trenches act as water reservoirs. And what happened was, during non-monsoon season, these farm fields, these farmers used to put in submersible pump and a pipe, and used to pump out the water to their fields. So they were happy in a way that we were able to help them out in some way. So once this synergy was built, I could get approval of closures of LCs also. 5 numbers of them. 5 numbers of them under this kind of synergy. Now the roads which were to be built, let's suppose, like this is there. Here is an LC and here is an LC. So once we close this LC, a parallel approach road has to be created for this LC, right? This parallel approach road was to be built under one of the items which we have included in the new policy. So basically, the road was to be built by Manrega also. So as you can see, no cost to railways. We are spending typically 4 crore rupees by LHS Limited Heights Subway we are constructing for closure of LCs. But in this mechanism, we can close the LC at 0 cost to railways. We have a non-fare revenue model, which was one of the innovations in this scheme. As you had seen that in the plantation policy, we had talked about a 3-year maintenance period where the trees will grow and get to reasonable height. Now, the wonderful part about this scheme was we could even rope in the local pulp and paper industry and ask them that once the trees are matured, will you cut them and give us non-fare revenue for it? So this is one of the spin-offs of Manrega only. So I had called in ITC Bhadrachalam and Delta Paperworks, which are in the Prakasam and the Guntur district, somewhere around that, and they had done a meeting with us, and they had expressed interest, and I had put up that proposal to senior DCM sir for further processing. But this is one of the aspects which people can explore upon once Manrega comes in. The rubber pads thing, which I have already discussed. We have the Bhuvan. Now, I had discussed till date how the estimate, what is the level of estimate preparation. Once the sanction comes from the district collector, the work starts. Now, the monitoring processes is one via a website, which I had just shown, and one via Bhuvan. Bhuvan is a geoportal, India's geoportal developed by ISRO. So I'll just open it up. So is the Google screen visible? Yes, everybody can see.
It is visible, Pradham.
Okay. So
Pradham, it is
yes,
visible. Yeah.
So
Yeah, it is visible.
So we have the Bhuvan, the India geoportal launched by ISRO. If we see the application sectors, we have the agriculture, the forestry, the e-governance, the water, the tourism, urban and rural. Under rural, we have the Manrega. Everybody can see, please. The Manrega is here under rural application sector. Once we go in there, we have the map. So we'll go in one of the phase one assets, let's say, go in the last year, we'll go in the state of Andhra Pradesh. We have the, so as you can see, once I selected Andhra Pradesh, the Andhra Pradesh has been highlighted. Now we'll move into the district. Let's take up Prakasam. Maybe the bandwidth is maybe low, maybe that's why it's not opening, but once the it will open up Prakasam. Similarly, we'll go in the block. Let's suppose Gulava part. Panchayat is categories. Now this is the battle which we have now. I am discussing it under the innovations and the challenges, because this is where we have to fight our case with the ISRO people. There is no railway head here. There is no railway head. So this is where we are fighting with the ISRO people to get a head exclusive for railways, so that monitoring becomes a burden. It's not a burden to us. We don't need to monitor. It is through this we can monitor. So anybody sitting in office can see via the website the locations, the works, the quality of works, the type of works. Photographs are also integrated in this website itself. So everything is visible. We don't need to go anywhere. So moving on. So we have the one, strengthening the system. I'll move on to this. Now what happened was, it's something which I gathered during my tenure place, was Manrega was already converging with 23 other departments of the state. We have the animal husbandry, the forestry, the social forestry, the pisciculture, sericulture, anything, any department which wants work can get it sanctioned under Manrega. So already 23 state departments were taking money from Manrega and getting work done. We were the 24th department to converge under Manrega in the South Central Railway. So what happened was, we had to fight for every penny now. There are 24 departments who are now sharing this pie of money. So how do you get that money out of them? So what I did was, I started having an interaction with the labor, the Manrega labor, and what they wanted. So what we did was, we started subsequently developing facilities at LCs, level crossings. I'll just brief up about my jurisdiction where I was serving as 18 November. I had a 90-kilometer double line broad gauge electrified track. I had 9 stations. So every station was 1 in 10 kilometers. We had 1 station. Generally at stations, we will find a toilet, we will find a shady place to rest, we will find water facilities. The approach to the station is also very well constructed, better than the midsection locations. So a lot of amenities were there. So Manrega labor used to crave for such facilities. So what happened was, they usually had a tendency to work at such locations where such facilities were nearby. I had 38 LC gates in my section. So what I did was, I interacted with my bosses and got a work sanction, and we started developing FRP toilets. You can see the green structure over here. What I did was, I started installing FRP structures. We started installing hand bore wells and hand pumps. So you can see in all the LCs of 38 numbers, I started installing these. So what happened was, now the Manrega labor was very, very excited to work in my section, in the sense that the ladies have to, as per the Constitution of India, the right to work in a dignified environment. The ladies have to, find a place where they can safely relieve themselves. So this is a toilet where they can do that. So we started thinking about the labor, started to provide facilities for the labor. I even conducted a medical camp for the gatemen also, where I taught them CPR, the golden hour rule. We started installing such red boxes, first aid kit safety boxes, to all the LCs in my section. So we have the numbers of the district hospitals and the railway hospitals marked on the gatemen's hut, the lodge. So they can, if any sunstroke or any problem, any medical problem gets happened to the day, can ferry them easily and fast. The kind of synergy we are talking about is what has resulted in getting South Central Railway from 0 to 40.73 crores at its pinnacle. We had a Manrega sanction of 40.73 crores in the end, till the time I was there. So this is the alternate source of funding we are talking about. This is how we had synergized South Central with Manrega. So this finishes off the entire presentation, sir. I open up the session for questions, please. Any questions?
Yeah. Okay. Fine. So you completed your presentation. So I request the participants actually before asking the participants, in fact, while submit registration of their for the session, actually they have compiled the
थोड़ी देर से यहाँ पे क्रॉस लग के आ जाता है ऐसे बड़ा सा लाल रंग का और इस पे भी अभी भी देखो ये
sorry for some crosstalk actually. The questions have been compiled. Pradham, I will project those questions. You can answer one by one, and then followed by the participants further will add the questions. Okay. So you can just I'm taking over the presentation part. Okay.
Right.
You can close that from your end. Yeah. So these are the questions on the. So you can able to see this.
Yes, sir. I'm able to see.
Yeah. Just I'll scroll through. So if you already answered it, then you can skip. You can read out, or shall I read out the question?
I'll read out the question, sir, and in fact, I'll ask the people who have asked the question to.
Yeah, they are also going to ask the questions. So these are the questions. You just we'll finish off this one, and then again we'll take the questions from the participants further. If anything, okay.
How to make use of Manrega for railway works? Is the convergence for complete ownership of assets or only maintenance part? Okay, convergence scheme is basically railways offloading its maintenance activities to Manrega. That's the essence of the entire Manrega. So for open line, it is basically handing over cess repair. I'm talking about as a civil engineer because that's what I am. I have developed the scheme. I am in the mind frame of a civil engineer. The signal engineers are free to develop the scheme as per their own liking. They have that liberty. Everybody can pitch in for their own type of works through the master list which I had shared, annexed to the permissible list of works. Any work which you find is relevant to your section, please choose it, develop the policy, and get it executed. That's how you can approach Manrega for this. Is it for whole or I didn't keep.
Yeah, good the question, right? So whoever raised this question, can you able to clarify?
I didn't understand, sir. Then why did you keep yourself separate in construction time?
Yeah,
No, I had developed the entire scheme in South Central only. Nothing. Central Railway has a different scheme altogether. So during that construction time, I am saying कि sir, मतलब basically construction time का मैं समझ नहीं पाया. Anybody who has asked this question can please ask in person.
Whoever raised this question through the at the time of registration may speak out, please. What is in their mind? Okay, otherwise you can skip it. They'll come back again. Yeah.
Specific relevance to SAP was exactly, sir. That's something SNT department has to look into. How do they want to approach this scheme? What are the works which are relevant to their own jurisdiction? Then move ahead. How railways can use Manrega's fund for its own work. Already presentation was about this. Sir, can you please scroll down? How may it be useful for SNT works as these works are mainly skill-oriented works? No, they are in fact unskilled oriented works, not skilled. How to execute cable trenching work under Manrega? you have to pick up an item. Basically, what happens is during the estimate stage itself, they are preparing estimates based on their own rural schedule of rates that is easily accessible on the net. You just type in rural schedule of rates Manrega, automatically you can get a PDF. Lift that item. If there is an item of excavation in earthwork with lead of 10 meter and lift up to 2 meter. There is one item like that. You can pick that item, get it sanctioned in the estimate, and the work of cable trenching can be taken up. That is, in fact, one of the only items I could see S&T participating. But since my knowledge is limited of S&T, so I cannot really comment upon the other works. Railway work is quite specialized and technical. What would be the strategy of skilling and certifying the workers? We don't need to get into that. We are utilizing Manrega as a as an alternate source of fund, not as a skill development kind of a facility. So that's a different aspect altogether. How effectively Manrega can be utilized in improvement of railways? This was the presentation all about. Now, how to implement and make payments? No need to make payments. The payments will be done by their department. So we can get into that. How to implement something I have discussed already in the presentation. Norms and tips regarding trenching. The item description is very clear. How to execute the work is already elaborated in that. So they have to just do according to the listed item, and you can just come there and witness it what they are doing. What is the role of railways in this topic? We are the converging department in this. What are the benefits for such convergence? We are able to understand this. This is with an example. We are doing it in a land outside railway. Let's suppose. Then that is limited to that kind of locality. In railways, we can find the benefit because our fund is getting saved. We will be spending money on doing that same work. Why not get it from Manrega? Our balance sheet will improve. How to manage the existing contractual obligations for track maintenance? How to manage the existing contractual obligations for track maintenance? I need clarification, sir. I will not be able to comment on.
Okay, fine. So further, this session actually in the chart, people raised these questions. Of course, the first one, of course, the letter needs to include cable trenching, location erection, and foundation works. We have to make a reference. That's what we noted it actually. So we will make out this one. Next, DG Irshad Saab is asking that it appears that the success of the scheme depends on the cooperation extended by the state government. How has been the experience in different states?
Okay, sir, this is an excellent question because this talks about the scheme over all India level. Now, I have had the opportunity to work in South Central, and now I have the opportunity of working in Central also and WCR, the Central Railway. So I am in conversation with 4 states. We have the MP state, we have the Maharashtra state, we have the Telangana, and we have the Andhra. Now, my experience over these 4 states is based on the fact that the funding, the more the state has funding, is the more they can take up works. Now, across all India, I will talk about. All India, we have the West Bengal. This is #1 state. It takes up roughly 25% of the entire volume of the Manrega funding. Last year, if I talk about figures, 60,000 crores was the budgetary allocation under Manrega. Single-handedly, West Bengal has taken up close to 15,000 crores. That's 25% of the pie. So basically, the second in number was Andhra Pradesh. We were at 10,000 crores. So in Andhra, I could succeed because there was fund. Yes, agree. I will totally agree with that. And that is why I'm facing difficulty in Maharashtra. For the past 1 year, I am working here. In Maharashtra, I've been trying to extract the fund from. I've been trying at a policy level and at every level. There is a resistance because we are getting only 3,000 crores. Out of the 60,000, we are getting 3,000 crores here. So there is a shortage of funds there. That is why the willingness to work is less. So it is true that the more fund the state has, the better cooperation it will extend to you. That's how, sir, I have had the experience.
Yeah.
Sir, well, sir, anything else?
So next question is, sir, DG sir, any more supplementary questions, sir?
Yeah, we will have it. Let him cover the listed
Yeah.
questions first.
Yeah.
What is-
Tirumala, Sinadi and West, what is the overall time taken to complete only the paperwork for taking up the work?
Sir, once the policy is in place, it's your regular chasing up which will start the work. Paperwork is basically already done. In fact, if you see what we have done, the 6 works were identified in that J110176/2018 letter, 6th April 2018. That provides every railway officer with the mandate to chase up the state government. So once you have chased up the state government, you get a policy launched for your own state, then you can chase them up for estimate preparation. In my case, I will talk about the first policy was at the ministry level, 6/4/2018. The next, my South Central Railway letter, Government of Andhra Pradesh letter, came in 10/9/2018, 3 months after, April to September. We have the 5 months after that. In the next 2 months, I started doing trolley and got a new policy form. And after getting a new policy form, it took me 1 month to get all the sanctions. So there is no hard and fast rule. It is something totally dependent upon how you chase up the works at home.
Yeah.
Is Mandal, next question. Is
Is,
Mandal Parishad development?
Yeah, I already wrote Karthikeyan D and not TP, TPJ.
Yes, yes, it is. It
Is
is.
Mandal Parishad Development Officer the same as BDO?
Yes, it is.
Development Officer,
Yes,
Tamil
it
Nadu
is.
government. Yes.
Yes, it is.
Karthik, point chair cleaning and lubrication may also be looked into, sir. I mean, how it is.
If this is an unskilled work, yes, you can take it up.
Yeah. Arun Saxena sir is asking that counseling on procedures of safe working near the track, provision of PPE kit and close supervision may have to be stipulated mandatorily to work
Yes.
under skilled supervision.
Yes, that is something we have to do, sir, and that is was something we tried to, counter it with the story which I had told you, sir. Because what happened was once the Manrega labor started coming to my section, they were unmanageable. Believe me, sir, handling even 200 labor across the track was a nightmare for me. And any death on any account, career gets finished, sir, at that moment itself. So what happened was I started interacting with such labor. I found retired railway mates in such labor units. I deputed them as labor mates in their units, and then I could sleep soundly. So this is something which I had developed. But what you are saying is exactly right. The procedures have to be developed. The counseling has to be done, and it has to be supervised. But the point I'm trying to make here is that supervision, you leave it up to the Manrega department only, sir. If we start getting into that, then we will have a Pandora's box, sir. Because then once supervision comes in, then slowly measurements will also come in. ये measurement भी कर दो. Then we are getting into a whole lot territory which is not relevant to our cause. So next question is, what are the railways liabilities in terms of labor loss?
Labor loss, yeah.
Sir, this is something which I had discussed but not got an answer to really. The liability part has not been elaborated in any policy procedure which has been laid down till date. Whatever has been told in this policy, three policies which I have discussed. This is something we have to develop upon.
Sorry for the disturbance. Somebody having it too. I am muting all. Yeah, I muted all. Yeah, please carry on. Still, I don't know. Who's making in spite of muting also. Hello. Yeah, please carry on. Yeah. Pratham.
Pratham is also muted.
Acha. No. Okay, he's not. He's a present. Yeah. You unmute. Pratham, you unmute and speak. Actually, what happened? Yes, mute all now. You are not in a presentation mode. Automatically, your mic also get muted. So kindly watch that. Okay, carry on.
Okay. So railway liabilities in terms of labor laws has not been clarified in the policy, sir. What we could do to limit the railway liability is to make ourselves better prepared in case of medical emergencies, and if in case we are better preparing ourselves to handle any kind of problem which occurs on the site. That's all what we do.
In fact, labor law definitely is an area where we cannot choose to keep it open-ended. You were just mentioning that your labor were working alongside the track and you had sleepless nights if anything happens. God forbid if something happens. Then what is the liability of the railways? What is the liability of the BDO? We all should be clear.
Yes, we were not clear, sir, that time. We were really not clear on that front. So next question. Sir, there is a screen which
yeah.
has popped up beside, so can you
So this is, of course, is observation that the webinar has an issue on bandwidth. So in fact, I'm checking from my this thing. It is all right. Actually, only 85% of the bandwidth has been loaded. But I think Pratham, actually, you are directly speaking to the laptop is much better than having a headphone like that. I mean,
okay, I'll remove
or
it, sir. then.
otherwise you should go for exclusive microphone in future. So this is, I mean, there's a lot of modulation, change voice.
Okay,
The thing is there. Okay.
Yeah,
So
Pratham only seems to be having an audio issue.
no, we handled up to 120, 120, 125. This thing also. With,
Sir, is this okay now? Is this
no,
okay?
no, perfectly okay.
Yeah,
This is perfectly
definitely better.
okay.
Definitely better.
Right, sir.
Yeah. So someone asked, the labor that came to our site didn't complete the work as they said the minimum wages are very less. Is there a way to work around this?
That is a complaint, and they are within their right to complain. But that is something, sir, we cannot do anything about. It is a problem which has been going on since the Narega Act and the scheme was commissioned. So no, I have no answer for this, really, sir.
Okay. So Koti, ADST, TPJ asking that since the national average wage under MGNRGA is 202 rupees, is there any specific guidelines with respect to amount of work can be given to the people who work under this scheme?
Is the national average wage under this? Sir, is there any specific guidelines? Is there any specific guidelines with respect to amount of work can be given to the people who work under Manrega scheme? The guidelines are already there. Everything has been set in place. There is no ambiguity regarding the payment and the quantum of work which has to be done. It has been correlated, actually.
Okay. So Rajanish Kumar wants ask that is there a limit on cost and expenditure possible to be incurred on one work?
No, there is no limit. The level of sanction changes. Let's suppose if you have a 5 lakh rupee work that can be sanctioned at a lower level, maybe at district collector level, you have a 1 crore worth of work that will be sanctioned at his level. So every level has their own powers to sanction.
Okay. So any experience to share from your present place of work? I mean,
yes, sir. Actually, I am now posted in construction organization. I have been trying to get the Maharashtra government to start these works, and I have found a lot of resistance in their structure as opposed to Andhra. The surprising part was that they are busy with. In fact, the COVID has come. In fact, right now we are at the pinnacle of our chasing up, since the guidelines have been issued by the minister himself to get these works done. So we have been working at a frantic pace to get all works sanctioned, but the response from the state government is not heartening because they are very much busy with the COVID pandemic. So right now, the current situation at our places, I have got plantation done under Manrega. We have got approximately 800 plants planted across entire Central Railway. Number one. Number two, now we are working towards getting the other works sanctioned, and within a week's time, I think the entire Central Railway is geared up to start all the works. This is the present position of Central Railway, sir. And in my construction organization now where I'm working, I have started to leverage Manrega for construction projects. Where what has happened is, sir, I'm working on the Ahmednagar Beed Parli Vajnath line, new line broad gauge. 35 kilometer of this line has already been commissioned 5 years back. Now 5 years back already this work has been finished, but entire jungle has come up. The section appearance is not that great now. The vegetation growth has taken up and everything has been now not visible. So now I'm employing labor to get the entire section upkeep on a good level. So 35 kilometers sanction for all the works I am started proposing now, and hopefully within the next month I will get the sanction for it and start executing those works.
Yeah, participants are requesting that you switch on the video. They want to see your face. Yeah. So next question is, station approaches in rural areas need substantial improvements. It's a good initiative. It's a comment.
Yes.
And Padke Saab is asking that Honorable PM shall be inaugurating tomorrow a scheme, Garib Kalyan Rozgar Abhiyan, similar to Manegra, in 116 districts of 6 states for 125-day work, which includes railway works. How should railway make use of it?
I will get back to you tomorrow. I was busy tomorrow with the work, so I couldn't read this news. But now I will do a research on this.
Sir.
This program, yesterday it was announced. I am Fadke, who asked the question. It was announced with a big fanfare. Tomorrow they will be inaugurating to make use of all this displaced labor, migrant labor, especially the skilled labor. And in 6 states, as I have written, the 12 ministries they have mentioned, 12 ministries who can make use of it. And then railway specifically they have mentioned as one of the 12 ministries.
Right.
That is why my question is here, the railway ministry specifically mentioned. So tomorrow onwards, when the scheme gets inaugurated, in these 6 states, we should be able to make use of it, maximum use.
Okay,
so you can be our torch bearer.
Sir.
So you can figure it out, Pratham, and then we'll have one more session on that. Okay. So Sumit Singhal is asking that what are the norms of quantum of work each labor is supposed to perform every day work-wise so that they complete that quantum each day to get the payment? Who will certify that the work is satisfactorily done every day?
Okay, sir. Number one, the quantum of work has been listed already in the guidelines. I'll just give an example. 1 cubic meter of earth excavation with 10-meter lead and 2-meter lift amounts to 205 rupees per day in the state of Andhra Pradesh. That's how things are broken down.
Pratham, your echo is coming.
Is it fine, sir, now?
It's fine now. You slowly talk and then keep a little bit distance away from mic, then speak. Yeah.
Yeah, is it okay, sir, now?
Yes. Yeah, it's okay.
Achha, so as I was saying, sir, the guidelines for quantum of
wait a minute. Just wait a minute. Just mute all. Now you unmute and speak.
Is it fine, sir?
Yeah, fine.
So as I was saying, sir, the norms have been laid down in the guidelines which have been published in Manrega. Once you start moving around with them in the estimate generation state itself, they will present you such details, and then you can choose and you can get yourself aware of what is the quantum of work, what are the guidelines, how to do the work. Everything can be discussed at that moment itself. Number two, the question is who will certify that the work is satisfactorily done every day? The work satisfaction is the job of the Manrega department. We don't need to involve ourselves. We can just time and again have a meeting with them, tell them that this work has to be supposed to get this way done. There will be slight lapses in the quality which can be brought to their notice at the appropriate times. That is an exercise which goes on in perpetuity. You have to continue with that. Who will handle any dispute with the labor? We are not dealing with labor, so the labor disputes have to be handled by their people only, the technical assistant and the field assistant.
Yeah. So now forum is open for the participants to ask any questions further. Participants may unmute your mic and then speak.
Ramana, I have a question that how the labor is transported to the site, because most of the relay work is in the midsection. How they transported?
Sir, the guideline clearly state that around 5 किलोमीटर का जो रेडियाई होता है उन्हीं की लेबर आएगी सर. That's how the guidelines have been proposed. If you see, sir, I'll just share. Can I share, sir, something? It's
Okay.
part of the guideline only.
Yeah. You can
Sir,
take over, you can take over the presentation. Yeah, you can take over because no more
Sir?
questions are there on the whiteboard. Yeah.
Okay. Is it visible, sir? No, I don't think so.
No, not yet. So I stopped sharing. Yeah.
Sir, I'll just start sharing them.
Yeah. Please.
Sir, I think now it's visible.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is the guideline, sir. You can see, sir, this was the new policy of government of Andhra Pradesh. And in this, we have the list of works, everything. These are the guidelines, sir, now. As you can see, this clause, sir, ye wala. This, sir. This clarifies, I think, sir, the question which you have just posed. Ki, for 5 kilometers, that is my target. I don't try to move beyond 5 kilometers. That's how I have limited the Manrega in my section.
So it means that the labor has to come of their own within 5 kilometer range to this place of work and they work for 8 hours and then go back of their own.
Yes, 8 hours is not a criteria, sir, which has been listed anywhere. They have to work amounting to the wage payment for that day, which has been limited by the quantum of work they have to do. So they can finish the work even in 1 hour and they can finish the work even in 10 hours, but they have to finish that quantum of work. That is how we have to proceed.
Okay, thank you.
Sure, sir.
Sir.
One question. Now, whose responsibility is to provide the tools and tackles?
Sir, that has been booked under the material. Sir, I'll share this. This is the policy circular of the state. This is where the C point, sir. This point. Labor and material component of works will be met from Manrega. And at this, and one more item, sir, which I will like to bring to your notice, sir, is this item here. 60-40. You see, sir, here. Ye wala. 60-40. Maintenance of labor to material ratio will be maintained at 60-40. उससे वर्स नहीं जा सकते, sir. मतलब it cannot be 50-50. So is this okay, sir, or any more clarification, sir?
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you.
This material will be supplied by the state government. Who will supply the material if material is required?
They will supply they will put in the cost. Once the sanction for an estimate comes, the breakup is also already written. So once the, let's suppose 5 lakh का काम करना है, 10,000 का material है. So they will buy that material and hand it over to the labor. That's their job. It's not our job.
Almost that means in Manrega we are providing our land. The work is done by them, material is given by them, and even supervision as per you is done by them. So
yes, even supervision is done by them. Even, sir, payment is done by them. Even quality check is done by them. We have to do nothing. We have to just ask them to come to our land.
So what is our role? We have to get the work sanctioned.
Yes, our role is to just meet them, get an estimate uploaded in their own hierarchy, उनके डिपार्टमेंट में डालना है. जैसे ही सैंक्शन होगा उसके बाद सर हमें बस उनसे बात करनी है और काम शुरू कराना है. काम वही करेंगे, क्वालिटी चेक भी वही करेंगे, पेमेंट भी वो करेंगे और चले जाएंगे. बस ये है सर हमारा रोल.
There should be no overlapping with our railway contracts. In any, suppose any site they are working, we should see that there should be no overlapping with any railway contract.
That is our job. That is our principal job now, sir. कि हमें double booking नहीं करनी है.
Right.
So who supplies the tools and plants to the labor?
Sir, it is part of the estimate sanction. ये लिखा है सर, ये देखिए. ये labor and material component of works will be met from Manrega. उसी में वो देता है पैसा मटेरियल खरीदने का.
Then the state government provides it.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay.
So, any more questions, sir? Sir, if no questions are there, now I request Arun Saxena, sir, to summarize the today's proceedings and then say thanks to the speaker, sir.
Thank you, Venkat.
Sir.
Let First of all, compliment IRISET for organizing such webinars on varied subjects concerning all of us. And more compliments to Mr. Pratham Agarwal, who has taken an innovative concept right from the state of conceptualizing it, the state of implementing it in Andhra Pradesh. Now, this opens a door for all of us to work with our area of activity, our strategies, our interaction with the state government, and find out ways and means of doing this work. Why I'm saying today is this: with the movement of the labor from different parts of the country to some other states, there's a problem of labor not being available in certain areas, and specifically the unskilled labor which is required to be deployed either in overhead electrical works or in the case of foundation works or in the case of cable laying works. I think we'll have to find ways and means of working on it based on the central government strategy and the directive. And depending on that documentation, we can work out a strategy for working on this concept of use Rega for helping us out in certain unskilled works, which can be of much use to all of us. Because many of the projects, especially I'm talking of signaling and telecom, are now stuck very badly on account of labor not being available. In fact, our electronic interlocking work at 11 stations on Northern Railway is totally at a standstill because of this, because the entire labor has moved to Bihar and Uttar Pradesh. So we will have to find out a strategy of working on it, and within the framework of the rules and laws which have been mentioned. I would like to again mention certain good initiatives taken by Pratham, especially the approach roads to the rural area stations, especially working in a non-railway land. That's a very important area because as general manager, I had to face this problem at almost every station of in North Central Railway, where the approaches to the smaller stations was in bad shape, and we were trying to attract our customers and passengers into that area, and they were in shambles, I'll say. But whenever you talk to any of the civil engineer, he will say this is not our area of activity, and this should be done by the state government. But he has given a way of finding out a solution for that, so that your approach to the station improves substantially, and that's a good initiative. I think it's a good evolving area to work on, and this will also ensure employment to the person wherever he is in the country, and that is the national objective also. I will like to thank Pratham for this initiative and compliment him for that. And I would like to thank all the participants, especially the kind of varied questions they have asked on the subject, because that indicates that everyone is struggling to find the work done. You cannot do the work digitally. You may talk digitally, you may do anything digitally, but the physical work has to be done at site. And that is, he's trying to find out a solution. And the last point which I would like to mention about civil engineering is that the sense of belongingness of the people of that area who were the earlier gangmen and the trackmen is now likely to return back. Thank you so much. It was a wonderful event and wonderful webinar. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir. So I thank Pratham Agarwal and all the participants for today's session. So, sir, DJ sir, if you want to say anything, sir, shall I wrap up? Sir?
Yeah, definitely. I can't hold myself back from expressing myself. In fact, Pratham spoke to me a few days back, and of course, it's a session which he would also remember for his life. The thing with Mr. Pratham has done that shows the youth power, what the youth of this country can do today, is something, the true potential of a government scheme, how it can be utilized, how it can be molded, how it can be fully taken advantage of for not only doing the work, not only reducing our financial resources, but also for building rapport with the rural community at large. The people around the railways, they don't feel a sense of belongingness, and a sense of belongingness which Pratham has been able to create, that has helped him to close those LCs which we otherwise struggle. The small things like providing a toilet for the rural people, it definitely will build up a bond of lifetime with those people. Extremely well done, Pratham. We feel so proud of you to have with us today, and I'm sure the team which we have today, we have got very senior people, we have got the CEOs, we have got AGMs, ADRMs, various PHODs, HODs, branch officers, other officers, senior supervisors. They all must be going back to their respective places with a new sense of energy, new sense of idea in their mind, and the light which you have lit will go a long way in creating a new awareness in this organization, Indian Railways, as well as contributing to a social cause. And because Prime Minister has been stressing to use this COVID as an opportunity. This definitely is a great step in that direction in this COVID times when the rural community is struggling for support, is struggling for job. Indian Railways, by creating more and more opportunity under the Manrega, can definitely do its bit. So my compliments to you once again. All the best for you for the times to come. I am sure you have many more glories to attain in your career ahead. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Sir, the permission, sir, I'll wrap up, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Once again, thank you all. You can share, Pratham, your email address so that whoever you can put it in the chat so that people
And
note
before
down.
I close, sir, can I just comment, sir, one thing?
Yeah, please. Why not?
Sir, I must take this opportunity to thank DG sir, as sir said, the last conversation is something which I will remember for a lifetime. And it has been a pleasure, sir, to have the signal community listen to this. And I can assure you, sir, with the kind of convergence we are having at 4 states, which I am monitoring right now, there is a good chance that we can get a lot of funds, sir. And I can see a potential which, when I was in South Central, sir, I had managed to just skim the surface of this Manrega scheme, and I could only get 40 crores. I was if I had been one more year, sir, I was getting somewhere around 650 crores. That is the potential I'm talking about, sir. And believe me, sir, if signal department comes in full commando mode, if I may say so, we can get a lot of funds, sir. Really, they have tremendous amount of funds. 60,000 crore is the financial budget which was outlaid 3-4 months back for this scheme. It has been escalated to now 1 lakh crore, sir. So the potential is tremendous, and if any signal engineer is really interested in going about developing a policy, the time is right. The time is really right, sir. We have a lot of works which can be really taken up at the massive level, and the role of IRISET will also come in, sir, because if policy does come in, then as sir has pointed out, the labor laws, the minimum wage act, all these conversations will come in picture, and we need seniors who can guide us, because believe me, sir, I was not really equipped to handle the labor laws, the minimum wages act, the conversation, the differences which the additional commissioner and the commissioner Manrega were always interacting with me for this. At the South Central, at particularly Vijayawada, we had a commissioner there. He was very involved, but I could not really step up to his ideas because I was not really aware of what labor laws are and how to deal with at that platform. So if IRISET comes in from the policy front and the execution comes in from the junior scale and the senior scale officers, I can assure you, sir, within a month, we will have the policy ready and many more works can be taken up, sir. Thank you, sir. That's all I wanted to say.
Okay. Thank you, Pratham. Thank you. Sir, you can leave your email address in the chat box if people wants to share with you. And secondly, you want to share your presentation with the audience?
Yes, sir. I can share.
As such, yeah, this is being recorded. So this record also I'll edit and then keep in the IRISET website. Those who want to go through it.
Sir, I have also created that drive link. The drive link which we have just seen in the initial part of my presentation, I have created a link for that. I will share that with you, sir. You can disseminate it to each and every participant.
So kindly send a mail to me. Again, I will send mails to everybody. Those who are participated, registered. All the registered participants will get the mail with the links.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Sure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir. Thank you, sir. Once more, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.